We got a 2013 Audi A4 Quattro. We are going to change the timing chain. So first of all, we're going to disconnect the battery. As you can see, I already disconnected it. So all the way back here, make sure I disconnected the negative battery. And first thing we're going to do after we disconnect the battery is drain the oil and drain the antifreeze. Before draining the oil and the antifreeze, we're going to remove the fender wheel cover, and this one is a T25. We got another one right here. And we want to remove the fog light socket. And there is a bolt. There's a 10mm bolt. That one right there. Yeah, that one right there that you have to remove in order for the front bumper to come off. Now that we lose both sides, 10mm bolt under the bumper, and make sure that you unplug your fog lights. You're gonna come up on top. This cover's got a push-in plug on both sides. You just snap it off, and then it comes right off. For the bumper, you're gonna remove that bolt right here on both sides. Same thing is gonna be a T25. After you remove both screws, all you gotta do is just pull onto the bumper. Snaps right off. Before you remove the bumper, make sure that you loosen this plug right here. That sensor right there, this one, is for your garage door. If you got a garage door, you can program it, and you should be able to open and close without your garage remote, and you'll be able to use the one inside the vehicle. After removing the front bumper, we're gonna remove the radiator bracket support, a lower bracket support, which is this one right here. That is going to be a T27 that will fit there, and then it's going to be a 13mm for the nut right back here, and that's going to be on both sides. The oil drain plug is a T45. So while the oil drains, we're going to remove the crash bar, which is a 30mm wrench, and you can use a socket on the bottom, 13mm. After you remove the bolts from your crash bar, make sure you unplug your horn and your airbag sensor. To remove the plug from your horn, I use a pick, and you just pull on it, it comes right off. And this plug right here, you have to remove it from here too, because this whole thing is gonna come off. This right here, that comes right off. You just push it and that's it, and it comes right off. Just let it hang. Make sure you unplug this also from here. Same thing, use a pick. Pull down, it comes right off. The other side of the horn. Pull, comes right off. And that's it. Sometimes it doesn't want to come right off. So just use, bend it upwards a little bit, both sides. Have to bend it a little bit more. Don't worry about bending it, it's aluminum. When you put the bolts back in, it'll bring it right back down. There you go. And now we're gonna put the oil drain plug back on. Snug it. Not gonna tighten it up because I gotta get a washer, new washer. And we're gonna drain the radiator now. Now we're gonna go underneath and we are going to drain the antifreeze. And basically we are going to grab this right here. And we're going to turn it counterclockwise to loosen it up. It's gonna start dripping a little bit. Turn it a little bit more. It starts shooting out. And to help it drain, we are going to open up the radiator cap. Starts pissing, there you go. I open it even more. I'm just going to leave it there covering it up. And you just let it drain. Well, the radiator drains. We're going to make sure we remove the wiring that went to the garage door sensor. We're going to remove the plug that goes into the cycling switch of your AC condenser. I'm going to use a pick also. Just stick it into that little hole and just pull up. Comes right off. You're going to follow the wire to unplug it from here. That wire, we're gonna work it in. I'm going to unplug the hood latch sensor that reads if it's open or not. Same deal, we're going to use a pick and just pull right on here. After you remove that plug, you're going to remove the cable. For your hood latch, that's going to stay there. This is going to move to the side. We're going to remove the headlight plugs too. Same thing. Use a pick. Comes right off. Make sure all the cables are off. Don't forget to unplug your radiator fans. Just pull on this red clip. Comes right off. Just pull it and it comes right off. And you're gonna push on it and wiggle. Or you could just remove the whole red clip. Best bet, just remove the whole clip. Then push and pull. There you go. And this you could just leave it hanging there. It's not going anywhere. And another thing we are going to remove are the intercooler hoses. It's a flathead screwdriver right here on both sides. After removing the intercooler hoses, we are going to remove the condenser. I forgot the name for a second. But yeah, we're going to remove the condenser. We're going to remove this part of the air box thingy, which is a T25. So what I did, because I removed this before, is I see how it's got this lip right here, goes up. I had it in the bottom also, but I cut it. Because the thing is that when you try to lift it upwards on both sides, the AC line hits right here and it will not come off. So what I did is I cut that off, so as soon as it starts hitting, I could actually pull the condenser outwards, and then I could slide it higher so I could remove it from the top notch. So when you cut that, make sure you cut it with something that is very sharp, so it won't snap the whole thing, because it's part of your radiator, and if it cracks closer to the radiator, it will leak. To remove the condenser, you have to push on this right here inwards while you slide it upwards on both sides. Push this little tab right here, push it in, and then you lift it up and it'll come right out. Then what I did is I moved the condenser this way. Got metal lines, but the rubber hose are flexible, so should be fine. I've done it before, so had no issues. And we're going to remove the lower radiator hose from up on top with a pick. And we're gonna grab, I don't know if you can see it, but I could slide the pick right in here and then just pull up. Once that moves up, grab the radiator hose and wiggle it. Alright, so I was able to remove the lower radiator hose. It was stuck in there, so just wiggle it, be patient, it will come off. Don't wiggle it too much, too hard, because it's plastic. You don't want to crack it or break it. So just keep wiggling. Eventually it's gonna start moving little by little and you'll be able to get it off. The upper one, same deal. Put the pick in here, pull up, you'll hear it click, and just wiggle it. The same thing, it'll come off. It's a little bit, stuck in there. Now we're gonna grab the hose that comes from the reservoir. Same deal. I'm gonna put the little pick in here, pull up, so we're now going to remove these 3 bolts, one down here, 2 and 3, all the way back there on both sides. And then we're going to remove this one right here on top. That one on top is a T30. Comes right to that part. I recommend having somebody to help you, because it's a little bit heavy, So now that you remove all that, everything else, it's easier because you have everything right there. We are going to remove the engine cover. We're going to unplug all these cam solenoids, all of them. We're going to remove the coils. We're going to remove the spark plug. Reason why: it's easier to turn the motor, a lot easier. If you want to do it with them on, that's up to you, but the easiest way, remove them. Alright, took the cover off. To remove these plugs, just push this little tab in, that little tab right here, push it in and just pull. Comes right off. That's what you gotta do on all of them. So after we remove the spark plugs, we're going to remove the serpentine belt. The tension is going to be a 16 millimeter. And then the bolts for the tensioner is going to be a triple square M10. Now to remove the one in the back, you're going to have to turn the tensioner pulley and then reach the one out back, loosen it up, remove that one first, and then remove this one after. To remove the harmonic balancer, you're going to need a special tool, which is this one right here. There are different types of tools where it has the long handle. If it's got the short handle, where you could put a 1/2 inch ratchet or pry bar, like this one, or you can put this in it. Just put it in the handle and then lock it in place right here so it won't go anywhere while you loosen it up. Alright, so always turn it clockwise, never counterclockwise. And just slowly until it aligns with the chassis so it will lock in place. And once it's locked in place, it comes right off. Now that it's off, you're gonna need this nylon special tool that once you remove that bolt from here, you have to put this one in. You're gonna have to hold the harmonic balancer in place while you put this nylon. I'm gonna use my impact. That's it. Holds the gears in place from the timing. So now we're going to remove the coolant line and the dipstick tube. Alright, so all these bolts right here around the timing cover, lower timing cover, are T30. Same thing with these around the upper timing cover, and these three also are T30. So after removing the lower timing cover and the upper timing cover, I spun the motor clockwise. Make sure that the piston number 1 was top dead center all the way to the top. So you got these little markings on the exhaust cam that are pointing in an angle. That's perfect. And the one over here has a notch right there, has a little marking, has a little mark. That one's kind of pointing a little bit in an angle, but not much. It's more like a 12 o'clock type thing, but it is top dead center because I spun this, and as you can see, that is not moving no more. But I spun it a little bit more, so now this one sits more in an angle. But still, don't worry about these much, because the timing chain has markings, and those markings are these right there. They align into those markings over here and over here. Perfect. And then on the bottom you have that little marking right in there, that top one right there. So that one is going to align with another marking like this. So once you have that and that, it'll be perfect. Alright, so now we're going to remove the cam bridge. You're gonna need a special tool to remove that right there. So you gotta get the right one that fits in there perfect. And this one is nutted. If I'm not mistaken, I believe it's this one right here. Yep, that's it. Fits there perfect. Now, in order to remove this, you gotta go clockwise, like you're gonna tighten it up. But this one is reverse thread, so you gotta clockwise to remove, and then counterclockwise to tighten up. So we're gonna remove that. We're gonna remove this one. This one is a triple square M10, and then these other ones right here are T30. They're T30. So what I did here to loosen up the tensioner, I bought this from Harbor Freight, pretty cheap. So I grabbed the chain and I pinched it right there, and then I started contracting it. With the needle nose, there's this clip right here that you have to squeeze in order for that piston to go in. If you don't pinch that clip, it's not gonna allow it to go back, because the purpose of that is when the piston starts coming out, it doesn't let it come back too much, so it'll keep attention on the chain. So small needle nose, grab that clip and then start squeezing it back until it aligns with this tool, so you could pinch the piston in place, and then you have this loose. So now we're gonna get ready to remove these right here. Same thing, these are T30s. One thing that I forgot to mention is before you remove that tensioner, make sure you put this special tools that locks the cam in place so they won't move at all. I was able to just put them on because it aligned perfectly. So once you align this and you put your piston straight up, piston number 1, it'll align perfectly. We're gonna remove the timing guides. They are triple square M10. I'm gonna remove this top one here. There's nothing in the bottom because the tensioner is actually the one that creates the pressure there. This one here has got two. It's got that one right there and this one. They're both same thing. Triple square M10. We're gonna remove this one first, and then we're gonna remove this one. So I just remove the timing guide with the tension it goes. To remove the right side, you have to remove the tensioner for the oil pump, which is a T30. 30 also. Fits there perfectly. So you have to push the tensioner back, and then it has a hole right in there. You put a cotter pin or anything that you have that will fit that hole, so you'll be able to remove it. So in order for me to have that slack right there, I have to move the cam clockwise a little bit. So I had to hold it in place with this. I moved it a little bit, so I was able to slide this off, then turn it one tooth, and then put this to lock it in place again. So now I could remove this upper guide, and then I'll be able to take the timing chain off. Alright, so we put the timing chain back on. We got the notch right there with the marking. Got the other notch right here with the marking. And then we have the arrow right there aligning with the marking on the timing chain. So now we're gonna put the guide back on, but before we're gonna retorque these right here. They're triple square M10 also. So we install the tensioner back on. Tensioner bolts are 6 pounds, only 6 pounds, no less, no more. All the markings are still the same. A notch right there. Boom. There we go. Didn't move. Everything is good. Marking's still there. Notch, boom. Alright, so we just put the oil pump tensioner. Make sure that this metal piece here goes behind this lip. The chain only goes one way. There is no marking whatsoever. The bolt goes 7 pounds of torque. There you go. Everything's still aligned. Got the marking right there. That one. That one's still there. Hasn't moved. Everything is nice and tight. I'm gonna get ready to move these out. Alright, so we already put the cam bridge on. So these screws right here are 7 pounds. This one's 15 and this one is 26. So 7 pounds, 15 and 26. We're gonna start by snugging them in by hand. So there's gonna be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and 7, and this one's gonna be last, of course. Like I said, just snug them all in, and then you're gonna torque it 7 pounds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then this one's 15 pounds. That's 7. This one's going to be 26 pounds. Remember, counterclockwise is tighty on this one. Reverse thread. So, yeah, that's about it. I already sanded this down. I cleaned it all up really good. I got the lower timing cover cleaned up. Took all the old silicone. I sanded down a little bit also. I'm gonna put a little bit of brake cleaner with a paper towel. Just go around it just to make sure you get all the oil out. Same thing over here. Paper towel, spray it on the paper towel, brake cleaner, and then just wipe everything that you just cleaned up. Alright, so I put all the bolts in. Just snug them in by hand first. Then you're gonna torque them at 6 pounds. So you're gonna start with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and so on until you get them all up. Once you're done, then go back and do 6 pounds on each one of them until you get them all back, just to make sure they're at 6 pounds. Then you're gonna do a 45-degree angle on each one of them. It doesn't matter, crisscross, however you want to do it. I just went all around them and did 45-degree angles. So 45-degree angle is just a snug. So you got your 90 and you got your 45 right in between all of them. And that's it for the torquing on the timing cover. Alright, so we got the upper timing cover on. I put a little bit of silicone because I had issues where it was leaking. The gasket, it's brand new, that was in there. It's been there for like 2 months maybe, and it just started leaking from the bottom, so I don't think it's sealed properly. I did put silicone inside and out, and I put silicone on the grommets of the bolts, and hopefully it'll fix that issue. Like I said, it's a brand new gasket, it hasn't been there long, and it just started leaking. The bolts are 7 pounds all the way around. These are also 7 pounds. This one's also 7 pounds. And then a 1/4 inch, after that. This one, it is 111 pounds. After you lock it in place with the chassis, hit it at 111 pounds, then you have to do a 90-degree after that. So 90-degree, I marked the bolt itself. It's got a white mark. It was pointing over here somewhere, and then I marked this one. These marks right here are from previous. But yeah, so that's that. Oh, I already put the spark plugs on. I torqued the spark plugs at 25 pounds and put the plugs back on for the cam solenoids. Got a little jumping spider there. She came to visit. I've been trying to catch her to move her out of the motor, but she keeps on. Well, now to put the radiator support bracket, the whole freaking bracket, and radiator, and the fan. I'm exhausted, I'm tired. Here we have it, it's done. Whew. Super tired. Came out of work last night at 10 o'clock. I was working on the car all night until 4 a.m. and I was like, oh, I can't do it no more. By that time, I already had everything put back together with the lower timing cover on, and that was it. I had to put the upper timing cover, the everything else, bumper, everything. But it's done. Sounds good. Just gonna let it sit here idling, so it'll suck up all the antifreeze that needs. So I could add some more. Go for a test drive.